What's going on? Get some light up in here. Get myself situated over on the tablet. Oh, so much shit to go away. Alrighty, what are we doing here? Oh. Oh. 5830. You'd think I'd remember my engine numbers, but and now I'm dyslexic. 5832. Oh. Well, we know the controller says stuff. The big chongus. damn sleeper car again, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, do you get any problems too? Oh. I think it's both sleeper cars. FPS pulling up. Wait, right? Yeah. Lima, 30, W, Aldrin, that's it. There we go. Fuck you in a horseshoe then. So sick of those old trucks. Let's do 85. this one. Read data 185 and 138. Proceed. pretty good. That's a little better. So that's 85. Hey, Valleys. It's like real tomato ketchup here. Nothing but the best. Speaking of, I forgot my Mountain Dew. Did I leave the heat on? I'm trying to figure out why it's so hot in here today. Nope, it's off. I don't know why it's hot in here. I give everything I have here a speed limit. Usually the max I do is 50% power. And that's with my speed limit of 195 on the DCC setting on the max volt side. Like right now we're running 15% on the 831 and 20 on, what the hell is this, 5832? Oh, hey Eugene. I wish I had a bigger layout. The centipede would look so much better. I got it because I always wanted a centipede. I always thought they were cool. But it's a big chungus of a locomotive. It's so big it can't run on the inside loop. You can tell, just watch how much the nose overhangs as it goes into the turn towards the camera. Man, you know, seriously, thinking about this museum has shit tons of money to just run a train, and not get any money out of it. Six foot, I could do 6 foot. Right now I'm only 4.5. Right? 4.5? Yeah, 54 inches. I'm too lazy to go out into the front room and get my tape measure. But the centipede has such a big overhang, and the passenger cars have such an overhang because they're the 80-foot version. If the passenger car is on the outside, which is the passenger line, and the centipede is on the inside pulling a freight train, yeah, they meet with surprising results. Crank this up to 25. Yes. Honestly, this is the biggest radius in HO I've ever had. 22 and 24. I don't know what the hell my radius on my last HO was, because that was just, you know, hodgepodge. I'm assuming it was probably 26. But my original HO, or I should say my second HO, was a 4x8. My original HO was, what would that have been, a 3x6? I don't know what the, I don't know how big my first layout was. It was a Bachmann Powerhouse Yard Boss. And it came with a cardboard that you put down, and it made like, it had the streets and stuff and the spots for the buildings. And it was cool because all the buildings were motorized. You would drive the train up and stop it and then back it up, and it would catch on their motorized part and it would run the building. Sadly, this actual board was actually made for an N scale. I'm just recycling it. I'm all backwards right now, because usually I run the steam off the main power supply, or the main controller, and the diesel off the handheld, and I'm backwards today. Because usually diesel's on the inside and steam is on the outside. I just wanted to run the centipede a little bit today. Let it stretch its legs some. Oh, diesel noise just annoys me. That's cool. I know it actually picks up the dip in the table there. And it changes to its, what would that be, coasting chug? 13 inches from coupler to coupler. And it's really weird how they did it. All the wheels are connected to each other by hinges. So when the front four-wheel truck starts going into a curve, it hinges the first middle four-wheel truck, the second middle four-wheel truck, and because they're all hinged, the last four axle, and then two axle. In essence, I think this is the only diesel that's a 4884. But I might be wrong. I don't know. Well, Valley, if you're still around in about an hour or so, I'm going to switch the loco out. And I can actually pull it and show you what I'm talking about. It's literally all hinged throughout to help it go through corners and stuff. Because it's literally all wheels. Ooh, maybe I showed that in my detail video of that loco. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Ooh, I almost just broke my cigarette. That's actually the only steam engine I have that looks right pulling freight. Because obviously the Blue Goose wouldn't, and neither would the Daylight. Give me a second. I gotta look at its official name. It's a Baldwin DR12-8-1500 /2. It was nicknamed the Centipede. They were made in AA unit, or AA sets, or I should say A1, A2 sets. And they were made to compete against the big boy. You can still find, they did them in, I think, 3 or 4 different, they did Pennsylvania, Union Pacific, I think some Spanish railroad, and then Seaboard, something like that, from down in Florida, somewhere like that. In the Pennsylvania line, the A1 has the antenna, the A2 does not. So they do look different. I don't know about the others. You can get them for, I think they're about $400 a set. You can also buy them singly. BLI Paragon 4. Beautiful locomotive though. I don't know if it's, mine didn't come with it, but maybe the A2 unit does. You can actually take off the rear coupler and put a drawbar. And I guess that connects the 2 chips or something. I don't know how you would even do that. I don't know if you would have to program both chips the same way, except the secondary unit would have to be reversed. What would that be? CV29? One of the settings to reverse the direction of front. But I mean, that's a big loco. 1313, that's 26 inches long. Well, if you want a really nice loco, you know, I'm going to mute this so you can actually hear it. If you want a really nice loco, you have till June, the end of June, to order it through because that's when the cutoff is. The BLI Shea. That is going to be a gorgeous locomotive. And the very, very first time a Class D Shay has been done in HO. Class A was a 2-cylinder 2-truck. Class B was a 3-cylinder 2-truck. Class C was a 3-cylinder 3-truck. Class D is a 3-cylinder 4-truck. I gotta fix that. Watch me kill myself. Oh. My wire for my switch that I don't have hooked up yet was sticking up. I saw the locomotive hit it, so I had to fix it before it caught. I've always wanted a Shay also. The only logging geared locomotive I've ever had was I would say a 1990s version, or maybe a late 80s version of the River Rossi Heisler, which was great. I did buy a new one, non-sound, but DCC ready, and that thing was a piece of crap. It was as loud as this sound locomotive, and it didn't have sound. I was very disappointed in it. Then again, I did buy it from Amazon for like half the price of what it should have been. So maybe it was maybe Amazon was on some scam shit. I don't know. But I'll wait for BLI to come out with it. I already told them, since you did the Shay, you do realize you got to come out with the Climax and the Heisler now too. Although that would be cool, because the Shay came out first, the Heisler came out second, and the Climax came out last. So maybe if they do it that way. I should have just taken apart that Heisler and tried to fix it like I did my original one. Because my original one was loud as hell too, and I actually fixed it. It was the motor. The motor was not aligned correctly. But the shell on a 1990 locomotive and the shell on a 2025 locomotive are way, way different. The amount of detail in the newer shell, I wasn't even going to try taking the shell off. Oh, and I forgot my phone. I'm just forgetting everything today. Jeez. Oh. honestly, to be honest, I hate DCC. I can't stand it. All it does is make it more expensive, and you really don't need it. I could do pretty much anything I could do in DCC with DC. And back in the day, they did have sound in DC locomotives. Very few of them, but they did have sound. I actually remember when DCC came out, mainstream wise, and I said, man, this is going to kill the hobby. I remember saying that back in the day. They just want too much for the stuff. Now, like BLI and even that crappy company Scale Trains, they're high-end company, so they're not, you know, Bachmann, Atlas, Athearn, the go-tos. You're not Rev Rossi, you're not BLI. Why are you charging those prices for it? I paid $99.99, and that was a lot of money, for the Bachmann Spectrum. No. Not the Bachmann Spectrum. It was the Bachmann Plus. This was before Spectrum even came out. It was the Bachmann Plus Daylight. $99.99. See, I would never do Wi-Fi. Nope. Dude, that's all I need is for someone to hack my trains and, you know, start running them and shit. No, ain't gonna happen. Really, $40? Those were expensive locos back then. I remember Athearn Blue Box, $29.99. $32.99 was the most expensive one. My favorite was the $12.99 Lifelike 040 that you bought at Toys R Us or KB Toy Stores, or what was that other, what was the Castle Toy Store? Was it Toy World or Children's World or something like that? Their facade was a castle with red towers, roofs on each side of the door. I remember that. It looked like you were walking into a castle. And then there was two different toy stores. KB Toys was the good one. Man, I can't remember what the other toy store would have been called in the malls. The only train I really missed from my old collection was my very last train. It was an IHC, I want to say it was a Premier. It was either purple or tan box. It was a Pacific, a 462 Pacific. Oh, nice. See, that's what I want to find old blue boxes. Being that this is a museum, if you go look in Union, Illinois, on Google Earth, Illinois Railroad Museum is in Union, Illinois. That's kind of loosely what this is based on. Eventually, I'll just have lines in the middle with engine after engine after engine. Just sitting there as display. They'll never run. They'll just be display. You know how hard it is to find broken steam engines though? Whew. Man, I remember those boot boxes. SD60. Oh no, I'm sorry, GP60s. I had the demo unit. I had a tricked out SW1500. It was the only locomotive I detailed out. Sunshades, beacon, extra horn, all that stuff. The plows and all that. And then I had a GP 35 and a 40 or a 45. Hey, that's what that is. Right here. This is a Mantua Camelback. I used to have a Mantua Collectibles. It was their high end. Came in a red pleather box. It was a 2662 tank engine with a tender. Well, the only way to get sound is DCC, Posiwi. If you don't mind, you know, if you don't mind doing with, you know, then you get sound. Which is what we used to do back in the day. Every locomotive had sound. It was great. These kids nowadays, oh, it's hilarious. DCC honestly is just too expensive. A lot of things can go wrong too. You can blow, you know, the decoder chip can go at any time. I've blown many decoders on the N scale. I got engines everywhere sitting around. Where the hell did I put that? I can't remember where I put it. I had to move it. I got an old DCC locomotive in N scale that, like, a week after I bought it used, but a week after I bought it, the decoder died, and I'm like, oh hell no, because it was hardwired. I just put it on a shelf at a display. I think you would be happy with DC. You would definitely get a lot better control. I highly say, I prove me wrong. With the right power supply, DC runs 100% better than DCC will ever run. With the same power. Like, if you could, my troller that I bought right before I went and got the DCC stuff for this, oh, I loved that troller for like the week I used it. Man, that I had stuff creeping so slow. probably down to a half mile an hour. Only because it was a pulse system, which means it won't work with DCC at all. Because it works on the same principle as DCC, which is a pulse system. On slow speed, up to a certain level, instead of going like, you know, a half a volt, 1.5 volts, 2 volts, it would pulse the full like 20 volts. And it would pulse it at a rate depending on where the knob was, that you could just creep like you wouldn't believe. No, actually Troller was in the late 70s, made in Chicago, and they're nice looking units, black with orange trim. They're kind of sexy looking. All metal construction, no plastic at all. No, the knobs and stuff are plastic, but the actual box was all metal. It was sheet metal. Which makes it really pain in the butt if you have to get into it because you got to drill rivets out and stuff. But it was made back in the day when quality was a thing in America, so... Well, sure, they'll rust if you put them in water. You don't put electronics in water. Electronics and water don't mix. Water should not be anywhere near trains, period. And I got the big honking one. It's like a 5 amp system, dual control, has momentum and all that stuff. Where did you live? And this is going back to a fish question. If you lived in a high humidity environment like Florida, yeah, I could see it rusting. North Carolina, kind of wet there, yeah. Posiwi's in Arizona. They don't get rain. Or not Arizona, Santa Fe. Dumbass, Santa Fe's not a state. New Mexico, that's the state. God. Model 8000. What do we got here? Oh, this does it all. Variable for track 1 and 2. Your solid DC and your solid AC. No rust. Oh, now I gotta fit this thing back in the box. Of course, that's not going in now. I have never had a locomotive rust, ever. And I've worked with some ancient locomotives. How'd you break your neck? Oh, I was underneath my layout again. What would it have been? 1940s or 1950s set, still in the box, sealed. We didn't know what it was. We opened the box and it ended up to be a Lionel train set. Actually, two of them. And those were in a basement for I don't even know how long. We got the person died. We ended up found them when we were cleaning the house out. And I think those were pre-war. Those might have been pre-war. So they might have been even older. Because my dad said he had the one when he was a kid. So no, that would have been post-war. By a few years. Okay, we're gonna switch this out. It's going to be an FEF day. That's what it's going to be. Do I not have momentum on this thing? I guess not. Hey, Canadian. Hey, Kit. And that's a 10? Yeah. Alright, so this gets like that, that's there, that's there. Me, Illinois. But I always do trains in climate controlled. Whether it had been in my first layout was in my bedroom, my second was in the basement at my parents' house. It was still climate controlled. It was like a raised ranch basement. And then here. Gotta stop for passengers. Here's my thingy. Give me a second, doing a maintenance stop real quick. Stay. Okay. Oh my god, I took the toilet paper out of here too? I'll be right back. When using smoke oil, always have toilet paper. We're gonna smoke up the joint. The fan really screws up the smoke. There's a fan in the room. I didn't even see that drip. I set that right. And the FDF is over here. Damn bubbles. If you have smoke locomotives, this tool is like a great tool to have. We used it to suck out the snot of the kids' noses when they had a cold. Obviously, that's a brand new one. I didn't, I'm not using snot-filled, whatchamacallit. But yeah, they're great to just poof the air right down into the sack to get rid of bubbles. Oh, wrong one. Okay, that's enough smoke. How did I know what? A BLI FEF number 831 triple stack. Originally, my rule was I did not want any surviving locomotives in my layout. I don't want 844, I don't want 4014, 3985, I didn't want 4449, but being that they were sold out everywhere, and this came up on BLI's refurbished shop, and it had the criteria, I wanted the big letters and the white wheels. So I settled for 4449, which is the 1981 to 2000 version. Yeah, they called it an FEF. It was a 484 Northern Union Pacific. Union Pacific called their 484s FEFs. They had a 1, 2, and a 3. This is a 2. There really is no difference between a 2 and a 3 except for the production run. The second production run was the FEF2, the third was the FEF3. The FEF1 had smaller wheels, smaller drivers by a couple inches. It was like 68 to 74 or something to that effect. I don't know. But yeah, the blue locomotive actually beat your Mallard. Actually, we had a lot of locomotives that beat the Mallard on speed. It just we didn't really care about it, so we didn't officially record it or whatever. Hell, the 4444 duplex from Pennsylvania routinely went 120 miles an hour. And that was on uphill, level and uphill. Mallard only reached its top speed by going downhill. And then you had, I guess they had to like totally take apart the locomotive and fix it because that speed run beat it to crap so bad. At some point, I would do maybe a UK local. Eventually, I do want to get a Thomas. That's not really UK, but museums, they get the Thomases every once in a while. And that's what this is based on, is a museum. Let's see if we can get this highballing. Have I ever done a speed test on this with that switch? I don't think I have. Okay, let's try it at 30. Wow, that engine takes that curve a lot better, faster than slower. I have a custom curve. A 610, a 610, a 670, and a number 4 switch. .32 still good. If you want to go to a good place, this is going to sound crazy, come to Illinois. About an hour from me in Union, Illinois is the largest railroad museum in all of North America, but I would assume South America also. They got a 5 or 6 mile straightaway that they go on now. They got probably 100 acres. I don't even know how to tell an acre, but they got a shit ton of room. The place is huge. Okay, we're at 40 right now. Not even a bump. The thing about BLI locomotives is for some reason anything above 50% power, when you start to slow down, it'll cut the sound out. Happens on all the steam engines. I don't know why. So I pretty much set them up. I messed with their the start, the mid, and the high voltages. So the max I would run it is at 50% speed-wise. I had it up to 40 at its fastest just now. I'm not sure. It has been, I mean, the last time I was there, they weren't even open. I went for when I was in high school to take pictures for photo class. I went there really early in the morning on a Saturday to get the sunrise. Every year for the past literally 8 years, Dad, we're going to Union this year. We're going to Union this year. Every year we never, stuff always comes up. I'm busy. The days we were supposed to go, my legs were hurting, you know. But it's literally a place that you could spend 2 days and not see everything. They have 15 different barns that are probably a couple 100 feet long each, 3 tracks each. They're currently building out a lot of track because they're moving everything in the middle. They're going to be getting rid of that up by the the middle of the museum itself. They're going to get rid of those 3 tracks in the middle, and they're putting a turntable and roundhouse there. Which I still think someone should get sued there, because they had a local turntable that was 90 feet and they gave it away. Because they got a 150 or 130 foot turntable from California. San Bernardino, I think it was. But the 90 foot was a local one that was in the next town over. And that's somewhere in Vermont now, I guess. Their main station, they took the, there was a town north of there called Marengo. They moved their whole station to Union for their station. They have the Springfield, was it Avenue or Street stop of the Rockford and Interurban trolley line that went out towards Freeport. They recreated a Chicago Northwestern flag stop via the roof that they had. Obviously the walls are new, but the roof was original or something like that. Illinois is a shitty state, but we got some great stuff, seriously. And let me tell you, if you go, I'll say an hour and a half west of Union, you will see the most hilly, mountainous stuff in Illinois you'll ever see. Illinois is not flat. Everyone thinks Illinois is flat. Chicago, it's flat. Out to Rockford, it's flat. But once you get out past Rockford, whoo! Some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen. Go there during the fall. If you come to America, come during the fall, which is, you don't have fall over there. Autumn, I guess it's called, after summer. October, November, August, October, November is about the time you want to go. And that's when all the trees are changing their colors, because, whoo! They have, they're the only ones that have the electric line. No, there's two that have electric liners, but I think ours is actually running. Posiwi, I think it's time you get a little Kwanzaa hut type shack and start a hobby shop. You can do it. Let's flip to the crappy horn. Oh, there we go. The Daylight actually has a steam whistle and a air horn. Sadly, you can't use them at the same time. You got to use that F22 to switch the horns, which I think is kind of bull. I think they should have done had like 2 horns on this thing instead of just 1, even though it has 2 horns. Actually, BLI has 3 horns. You have the playable horn, which is F2. You have, well, I redid my F number. I have F3, which is the grade crossing, and then F4, which is the long horn. Sadly, the long horn doesn't always sound like the horn or whistle on the locomotive, which I think is a downfall, but hey, what the hell. I like the playable horn. You got 3 horns in one. You got, oh here, let's mute it. You got this one, which is just a single. You got a double. And then you have just the blast. You have the blast, you have the hold, and then you have a double hit on F3 on BLI locos. Damn. That was probably your dad's. The last time I was carded, because of the way I look, I looked at him and go, oh no, you cannot be doing that to me. I have been told I have a terrorist beard. Posiwi, see my beard. Posiwi, do I have a terrorist beard? I did the whole drinking thing back in the day. Yeah, not going to do it again. The one day I didn't bring booze to high school in the morning, I tricked them and I took regular pop, and we had clear Pepsi at the time. This was when clear Pepsi was out. If you mixed them just right, it looked like beer. And that's how I was able to drink in high school. They tried to bust me for drinking, and I told, here, sniff it, drink it. I just combined 2 pops in one to get a full bottle. And ever after that, they couldn't touch me ever again because of that. And yeah, it was beer ever since then. I was a bad kid. Let's make this more interesting. Let's get rid of this card. Put this over here. We're going to wiggle woggle with the inside lane. Sadly, I can't do that with the outside lane yet. I just don't have enough track. I don't even want the GP30 sitting where it's sitting. But don't care what it's hauling, as long as there's a steam engine in front of it, it's a good train. Sadly, that's all the freight cars I have. I just put this layout up in December. So I've only been going what? Shit, what is it? June? No, May. Almost June. I started off with my 45 tonner and my GP30 that they both died, decoder problems. And then my car got hit by a cart in a shopping center, and I got like $1,500 for damages, and I went and bought my Blue Goose. Most expensive locomotive I've ever bought and ever will buy. Oh, see, this is how I'm going to get around with it. In real life, 4449 was damaged in the filming of Tough Boys, and they were going to scrap it. That's what I'll say. By the way, Tough Boys, best movie ever made. All-star cast, and 4449 was pretty much the main character. Oh, I was pissed because I just bought the car. It's a 2003 Grand Marquis. And I saw the lady do it. She shoved her cart across the aisle to get it into the cart bin. Because in America they have like they take up a parking spot with a little thing where you put all your carts and then they come and get them. She shoved it across the whole aisle, and the wind took it. It just slammed right into my car, bounced off, slammed into like 3 other cars. Then the cop tried to talk to me like I was his dog, and I told him to kiss my ass. And then he threatened to arrest me, and I said, go ahead, I'll own your house. Hey, closet. Yeah, that was a funny story. The cop gets up there, and what's going on? And she pushed the cart, hit my car, hit 2 other cars. He's like, okay, for officer safety, get in your car. I said, first of all, no. I'm going to sit right here where I was sitting before you, while I was waiting for you. I popped the trunk and I was sitting on the trunk, with the trunk open. I was just sitting on like the back bumper. I'm going to sit right here where I was. You're not going to tell me what to do. I didn't break a law. You have no authorization to order me around. Oh, but it's for officer safety. Oh, did I go in on him? First of all, officer safety isn't a real thing. It's something the cops made up. Second of all, if it was for officer safety, and I looked at the cop and I said this to him, would you really want me getting into a car that you haven't cleared? How do you know I don't have a weapon in there? That shut him up real quick. Ooh, a Coronado. Oh wait, no, that's not Coronado. Jesus Christ. Man, I gotta get a bigger screen. Corrado. There's no N. You're getting frustrated with the pulley idea. Lost bed. But how would Leo get up? Well, to get into the bed, it would be down. And honestly, you would be better at a Murphy bed. The one with the hinge at the headboard and it goes into the wall. Eventually, I'm getting more more freight and stuff like that. I want to get more cabooses because I want to do a caboose train. There's one car I really do want, and it's from eBay. It's $50 though, and I gotta build it all. It's an old, like 1899 or 1903 or something. Old, you know, late 1800s, early 1900s milk car. And the only reason I want it is because Illinois Railroad Museum actually has one, and it's man, it looked like it was built in the 50s. You know, when they were into the fins and the fenders and all that stuff. I would if I didn't have the museum theme. Oh, what up? What's going on? Say hi to everybody. Huh? Say hi to me? Say hi to everybody.
Everybody. Okay. I was gonna make.
I'll be right back. Yeah, we're doing an FEF day. The neighbor comes over, he's making ribs. They're country style. Would you like some? I'm like, fuck, I don't care if they're country style, Russian style, ghetto style, Afghanistan. Ribs are ribs, man. There ain't no bad rib. Where did I see someone just came out with those towed brake cars? Was it Bachman? I can't remember because I don't really pay attention to European stuff. The only European, I would get an engine, that's it. And if I did get an engine, a Rapido, that's who it was. Yeah, all Kato Unitrack. as of right now. At some point from here in, all this is getting replaced because inside the circle is going to be all Walther's railroad buildings, roundhouses, turntables, the small roundhouse, the back shop, machine shop, diesel shop, all the different shops, and they're all made to work with the Walthers. So I'm going to drop it down to Walthers and just go right onto the board with no ballast or no cork underneath it in the middle. I'll take all these switches and put them over on the leg over by me here, which is going to have the car yard in it. Everything in the middle is going to be engines, maybe some cars, just sitting on dead tracks and stuff. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of dead track. Oh, I gotta stop for people, huh? You know, from this distance where I'm sitting, the station looks beautiful. Oh, that's cool. I originally had a, what the hell size turntable did I sell? A 13-inch. It was an old 1990s Bowser, the wood one. I sold that to my brother-in-law. I don't even know if it's even, I don't even talk to him. We had a falling out. Too much stuff was going missing. Yeah. The what would that be? The HV3? No, 4. HV4. HV3 is the number 4 switches. HV4 is the number 6 switches. Pretty much right underneath where the daylight locomotive is the crossover. And then I bought 2 more switches to match the opposite way. I have it right here. They don't make a double crossover like they do in N-scale. In fact, I don't even think they make this stuff anymore. I honestly think Kato's getting out of the HO market. So over here I can go, going this way, I can go going towards the camera. I can go from track 1 to track 2. And over there I can go from track 2 to track 1. And going this way I can go from track 2 to track 1, because in the corner at 3 o'clock over here is the switch going for the car yard. Man, it cost me so much money to find these switches because they're sold out everywhere. Um, I literally went to 5 different pet shops, hobby shops online, and they all had like one each. So I bought them, and each one would come back. The first one I got, everything else it ended up. Oh nope, we're out. We're refunding your money. Our inventory was wrong online. I ended up having to buy the second one from Japan for like full price. But it was the last thing of the main line that I needed. I was lucky I found one of the passing sightings on eBay for like 50 bucks. Snatched that up. I bought the other crossing siding brand new. But everyone was sold out of the number 6 switches. What were they? 862 and 863, I think it was. Eventually I'll like make out a timetable. Like every 10 or 15 minutes, I'll stop at the station with the passenger train. But right now I'm just running for fun. I still got, what day is it? Oh, okay. That's today. Sometime this next week I'll contact the guy again and see what's going on with my special order for the station. I'm having them print out a 2-foot long oh dude, what's the arc? Man, you know what? Screw you, arc. Yeah, my game won't open because every time you upgrade the game, your shitty-ass developers screw it up. I'm getting sick of reinstalling a game every week. Sorry, talking to my email. And I'm raising everything up like a 3/4 of an inch. So the platform matches the doors of the cars. That was the funnest model I've ever built. I loved it. Imagine that laser art. ITLA. It's a company out of Canada. And it's like an expert kit, and that was the first wood kit I ever put together. I loved doing it. It was so fun. What did it take me? About a month? Because I kept running out of paint. Have fun, Valley. The locomotives are a pain because of some of their wheels to get, like the centipede and stuff, to get on the track. So pretty much, plus they're BLI locomotives. You got to turn the power off to take them on and off the track because they're metal frame. If they touch the frame, you can short everything. The rail touch the frame if you don't put the wheels on right. Once I get the turntable, I'll be able to do it a lot easier. Some locomotives I do have set up to go certain directions. It just so happens both my FEFs are set up for the same direction. Only because so you can see the front end of it as it's coming towards you because of the Mars lights. The Blue Goose I have set up to go in the opposite direction. Same with the switcher. And originally, the EA would be set up that way too, but right now it's in the shop. It's a Paragon 3. I'm going to be pulling the Paragon 3 decoder out, sending it back, and get a Paragon 4 decoder for that loco with the Keep Alive and all that. Okay, back to the computer because I have to rest my butt. The chair I have for the layout is very uncomfortable. Oh, it like breaks your tailbone. But I will give you a little bit of night vision, or nighttime. Hopefully I won't die while I'm leaving. That's a little bit of work. That's maybe a little bit too much, but you can at least see some of the track now. Oh! Just burned my eyes out. Why is this so far behind? I'll still be in chat. I'm just going to sit in the computer chair. I had to run to the neighbor's house. Well, not how apartment. It's in the same building. To look at the ribs. Oh my God, they look so good.